Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
There's a world where they would try and flip the map again with no TP on Rumble, look for that early dragon. Not the case, though. Our bot lanes is still up here as Tien spotted on a control ward. Of course, each of our junglers have been pathing top to bot in this game, Yanni. It's been match clears so far. Has led to a little bit of action and potentially a little bit more as Weibo, very strong at this mark, already has 6. They're going to look for the invade on Tarzan's blue buff.
Yeah, they did ping out
he's
Xiao
in
Hu, so
trouble.
they have an idea that he's there, but
Good
Tarzan,
flash.
an immediate flash, still gets rooted up and is getting lower by the minute. He goes down. It's going to be first blood going over to the Jhin, and Xiao Hu looking for a little bit more. They're going to turn their sights on Kyle. He's going to go down. It's a double kill for Light, but on the backside, Hope manages to find one, but he may have run out of Hope. It looks like he will be able to walk it out.
Yeah, they let him go. Gonna return to the waves.
By Weibo. Speaking of tag, Hope down to about half HP. The Pantheon ult is going to fly in, so is the flash, the cleanse too. And Hope, one more auto attack, will go down. The feet of warfare going over to Weibo. Meanwhile, Galio looking to join the party. The knockup goes on to Erha, and he's going to get taunted up. He might not be able to escape, does have the flash, but he'll elect to use that for a rainy day. Anyone's Legend will take the grubs. Dragon started up for Weibo. It looks like they should be able to take this one with relative ease given their positioning in the game so far. And things are looking good for Weibo team that is looking to right their wrongs from earlier in the week. Got him.
Xiao Hu pretending to not see Flandre, and then it felt like the last patch, there were so many objectives that spawned throughout the game. As a jungler, you always just had to be clearing and make sure you're as strong as possible. There's less opportunities to look for plays in lanes, kind of like what Tarzan's looking for here. Now, Tien is showing mid, and there's a big rotation coming up from Weibo to try and defend against this. So good equalizer from Breathe, and Weibo posturing on the top side of the river to threatens enough to push him off. Now Breathe stuck with the wall, and they have a play coming down.
Yeah, Light flashed away, and Tarzan is going to get denied. Going to use his ultimate to try to stay alive. Tien is very low himself, and anyone's Legend are able to pick him up. A very nice turnaround from him.
Yeah, again, I really like that play from AL because you could see them threatening. I know that the community narrative sentiment has been Tarzan's been a little off. I agree. I don't think he's the only culprit. We've seen a few fights from Hope where he's been a little bit overextended, caught out, especially on Lucian, last 2 Lucian games. I feel like Hope kind of threw it for his team. And then on the flip side for Weibo, Xiao Hu has had a couple shaky series himself. He's been up and down a little bit. So good to see an up so far for this one as Tarzan checks Tien, and we're looking for a fight here. TPs.
Good flash from Kyle as well. Shank's going to cut off their way out, and Tien could be in a lot of trouble. Big Charm coming out as well. Kyle trying to stay alive as the Galio will be able to save him for right now, and they're going to look for a little bit more. Xiao Hu manages to slip through and will find Kyle, but is now kind of split here. It's a pincer, but Xiao Hu on the weak side is just going to try to slide back over the wall to get out, but this does cede river control to AL. And a flash there because Shanks, very wise there.
We'll snag the dragon for themselves. We'll see what the next play is for anyone's Legend is, yep, that dragon being taken. TP from Shanks immediately to go back up to that top lane and try and work on this turret.
Yeah, now Weibo with their dragon stacking. We got a Chemtech Soul on the Rift, so...
First brick would be big.
Yeah,
they need first brick for the feet. Yeah.
Looks like it'll be pretty free here.
3 grubs, and Shanks gonna get some free time. We'll take care of it. First brick secured. AL just actually absorbing that play. Might have tempo on the map, and yeah, that's going to be enough for them to actually just drop that Rift Herald. They're going to look for the charge here. Of course, Hope with that Bloodthirster can heal off the wave, and this is kept Breathe in this lane to try and defend against this. The crash coming in. Galio rotating. We're going to have a fight.
Yep, the knockup is going to land onto 2 here. Here comes the Weaver's Wall to split things up, but Tien gets to the back line. Good Rumble equalizer, trying to do some good damage, but it's just not enough. Tien is going to go down 2. It's a 2-0 for anyone's Legend. They're going to take the turret. Maybe they're going to look for more, but it looks like the rest of Weibo are able to get out of there.
Really didn't like that fight.
Hang on. Kyle looking for an engage.
Breathe.
Rumble's overheated. Breathe is just dead. He's going to flash away, and it's not going to do a damn thing.
They could look Otacon. Of course, I think it's worth trying to deny this soul point for Weibo. Breathe will be back out on the map for that, but Equalizer burned in the back half. Not going to have that cooldown available for the dragon fight, so would love if anyone's Legend actually finds a reset and looks for this one again. Breathe is here again. Equalizer down for a few seconds. We'll see if anyone's Legend wants to push the pace. While that cooldown is down, is Kyle.
Okay, Erha, big engage here. The root goes down too, but guess what? Nobody's there to back him up. Now it's going to be Xiaohu trying. Tien gets to the back line on top of Hope. Hope will go down, but Tarzan's going to get to the back line here. Light Force to flash away. Xiaohu uses his last dash, but Kyle is sticking on top of him. Flash expended, but Tarzan in hot pursuit, picking up the double kill.
I just think that engage into Hope, bullet time was down. That's just not the right person. Hope was able to live for way too damn long. And the re-engage on the back half from Flandre and Tarzan on 2 different points of the fight. Weibo couldn't deal with it. That's going to be soul point denied as Anyone's Legend picks up their first dragon and frankly, take full control of this game.
You're going to knock down the start on the bottom side too. You're going to ruin any hopes of dragon stacking. You're going to be up nearly 5.
But still, that's enough for them to start up this Otacon. This one's going to be taken uncontested as Weibo Gaming kind of reeling.
Yeah, not too much that they're able to do. They get some vision down on the bottom side. They take out some of these jungle camps, but guess what? That is not worth the price of admission for an Otacon. It was pure fun.
You could go collect your LDR or IE LDR and be fine.
Yeah. Not looking so lethal this game, is this lethality gym.
Well,
he hasn't picked up a kill since.
He's trying to be lethal with lethality, but one of the opposite.
Charm lands. And here comes Shanks. He's trying to rejoin the team. Erha's going to get engaged on the knockup for Tien, but he's still alive and kicking. Here comes the knockup down on Erha, forced to flash away as he's getting low. His ultimate's going to time out real soon. And here comes the taunt coming through from Flandre, doing a lot. Xiaohu's got to run for the hills. Tien gets knocked up and put in the bounce house again. And once again, Kyle on top of this legendary Ahri. And we're just in the shooting gallery here, and it's nothing but whiffs. Ben Simmons at the free throw line.
The combo was split up. Well, guess what? The Talia for Shanks, you have a Xin Zhao, and also that Galio for the setup is Flandre. The
They all want it, but I'm sure they'll wait till they're on the way out because the siege is on with the Baroned Up minions. As here comes the double global play here. Xiaohu trying to get in some good damage. Flandre also joins the party. Shanks has to go golden as Tien is going to get turned on here. He's forced to flash away. Xiaohu going to try to get after Tarzan, but he can't over on the other side of the fight. Breathe is barely breathing, but he's able to flash out as Erha and Light have to run for the hills. Weaver's wall coming through. Xiaohu has got to get out of there. He's going to flash over the wall, going to dodge out on that knockup as Tarzan will start up the dragon, but it looks like he'll think better of it as the rest of his team is in the base.
I'm used to Breathe's Rumble actually being okay. It's been a really rough Rumble game from Breathe, as these equalizers in the Rumble overall has not been on point, getting gapped by Flandre's Galio. And frankly, the rest of Weibo Gaming getting gapped in the back half of this game is, did highlight, wanted that mid-game for Anyone's Legends to be good. They needed it. They needed to find the early mid-game wins, utilizing a lot of the semi-globals their comp has. And Weibo just get after a couple good early fight skirmishes, Yanni. They've not been able to find anything in their favor.
No, they were really shut out for a large majority.
I do want to praise that the Leona pick here by Kyle. Speaking of Kyle,
might have some time to do it. He's not going to hit that Zenith Blade. Xiaohu has one more charge left. Is going to hold it for that Leona ultimate. Seismic Jump not going to land on him, but they're still going to find him anyway and take him down. That equalizer does land flush. It's not really doing that much. He just managed to kill Kyle. Erha has to run. He's burning away too. As the siege continues for Anyone's Legend, now a 4v4. So they're knocking on the door of this top inhibitor.
Xiaohu must have said something to him, man. They burned every single tool they had available to take down the Ahri, and to be fair with the lead that Anyone's Legend has, going to lead to another inhibitor being taken as both top and bot inhibitors knocked down at Anyone's Legend.
You know, we talk about all the time with these LPL supports and how a lot of them have not lived up to expectations. Again, you know, Kyle has been pretty consistent from start to finish here. Good flash. Erha goes all the way in. Ultimate coming through as they get on top of Shanks. Here comes the curtain call too. But guess what? There's too many big bodies in the way. They're going to turn on to Breathe, and Hope gets sniped down on the backside. But Shanks is able to take him out, and then Tarzan going in and get a little bit of help from his Galio on top of it too. Light is the last one. He's going to get taunted. He's going to go down. A triple kill for Tarzan, and an exclamation point of the game. Anyone's Legend up 1-0.
Honestly, I thought it was a good fight from Breed, but the front line was just destroyed, or the back line was destroyed by the front line of Anyone's Legend, as Flandre and Tarzan did work in this game. 8-1 and 10 to wrap the game up on the Xin Zhao, as Tarzan drops a bomb on the map, and Anyone's Legend.
Highlights got them all, every moment, every fight.
his career. And God knows how long ago that actually was for a guy that's been playing since 2020.
I don't love this draft for Weibo. I just don't see a way where...
Yeah, you know, it's whenever you get that amp tome, you see Nico with an amp tome, you got to be aware. If you're a squishy champion, they're going to do a lot of damage. But Xiaohu will pump up a nice little bit himself with just a tier.
Oh, great steal by Tarzan.
Tien is going in. He's only level 5, slams him up against the wall. Forces the flash of Tarzan. Shanks with a great 3-man stun. Erha low. Ezreal doesn't get the kill, and he will go down. It's Tarzan picking up first blood. And now Flandre looking for a little bit more. One last tick of the ultimate, but no. Xiaohu's fancy feet means that One Legend is able to take away these grubs from the potent Weibo solo laners. Tarzan wants a little bit of a piece of breathe here. He gets knocked up too. Tarzan's got to get close to the wall. He will end up falling. He will trade it back over. Flandre will get credit for that one.
Overall, and that's why Kyle stuck around. You can see he's in fog because those grubs were wrapped up by Tien. Kyle now going to be spotted. That's not going to stop the play though.
Okay, slammed up against the wall, impaled, and down. Tien will be able to get that one.
A greedy hold really big in that lane. A moment ago with Tarzan looking at the river, of course. Dragon, the only neutral that we have on the map, and potentially looking at just a fight here on either side. Right, AL's happy to poke here.
Yeah,
the Nico Ezreal range very good.
Xiaohu's going to get timbers on. He's just dead. Feat of Warfare going over to Anyone's Legend. Over on the backside, another root coming down onto Tien as Kyle wants some more, but Tien will be able to drive himself out of there. Doesn't mean the crab will go over to Anyone's Legend and potentially the Dragon too.
Hoping maybe
Terry Ultimate going down, the Lightning Crash. Ultimate coming out there as Hope is getting rifled down. Tarzan joins the party, double knock up, but Hope really can't get close. No one's here to help, but it doesn't matter. Tarzan is enough. A double kill for the Poppy. As Kyle will be able to get out of there. Your Rise and your Zeri are big scalers, and you're just so insistent on fighting. As they are still insistent on fighting, and guess what? That means Erha is going to die. Kyle is going to be able to get that kill. Now they're chasing down Breathe. He should be able to get out. Never mind. Tarzan going to go over the wall with the knock-up. Will force the flash out of Breathe, but nothing more to be had. But again, we're just trying to fight, even though we have big scalers.
And hold on. This turret, it will be first brick, but feats will be secured by AL here with this Rift Herald take. So, and an early port actually coming in from Shanks. They might drop this Herald quickly here and play mid because no one's mid here for Weibo, and I love this rotation coming out from AL because they're going to answer that bot outer, drop the Rift mid, and really threaten that mid outer too. Just given the matchup, and so the focus that went down towards him early on.
It does feel like at some point, Anyone's Legend, they're going to have to push the pace a little bit as Xiaohu takes a lot of damage because, you know, Weibo's composition, the later the game goes, they will be strong. It's just a matter of them actually getting there is the worrisome part. Retro now going to get dropped in the mid lane. Get one charge off, take the turret down pretty low. Just use that to get Tarzan into this bottom side jungle as Flandre, the bottom side, will take out this turret. 3 trades up top.
Top laners amassing some resources on themselves. Xiaohu to take the reset during that. I will say...
You're going to use the ultimate on yourself? Well, I think Anyone's Legend will consider that one.
Shanks has flash.
Is up, and you mentioned it, Shanks ready to go. Just going to go on top of Erha and immediately blow up. Good flash on the follow with the pop loss, and the knockups are there. I don't think the rest of the damage is. Timbers is going to do what he can. It will just force off Weibo and give purchase to mid lane here for Anyone's Legend.
Again, though, if Tien's not able to be the one that is dictating a fight, then it will be Anyone's Legend choosing a fight against you. And I think that's where some of the power, like the hidden power of Nico really shines, is it's so easy for Nico to find fights and dictate what she wants. Just given her ability to disguise in the flash pop blossom. This game, for me, it's whoever engaged. Yeah, I was about to say, I thought this was being started before we went into the replay, and that seems to be the case, and Weibo just straight up gave it. They're
still
playing
up.
Oh,
They're
boy.
still giving time to Weibo, but...
Flandre is lying in wait. That's deep
for
Erha.
Erha is just... Oh, yeah. Erha's just dead. Flash in a straight line right into the wall. Has to ult himself to try to stay alive, but will go down. Hope gets that kill. It's going to be a 5v4. see if Weibo is able to escape as Bobby slams him up against the wall. Here's the Pop Blossom. It lands on the 3. They're going to start knocking him down like dominoes. It's Tien over on the side. Breathe is forced away. Meanwhile, Light trying to kite things out. He's got to flash away, but he's speed skating. And Xiaohu's got some good damage, but does end up falling anyway to the might of Tibbers, and Tarzan cleans up the rest over on the other side. Breathe didn't stand a chance. It's an ace for anyone's legend. How's that for pushing the pace?
Again, I am shocked that Nico made it all the way through draft.
Gaming, they're going to have to, I don't know what they're going to have to do. I was going to say tighten their belts, but they need to do a hell of a lot more than that. Meanwhile, they're bleeding out on the bottom side as Flanders.
In this, and if they do, they have to walk through Kyle.
Yeah, the ankles were broken. Get that man some ice. Tien trying to get close. Poppy ultimate misses, but you have to wade through so much right now as Tien cannot get in there. Baron secured for anyone's legend. Now they're going to turn on the scar. He's going to flash forward. He's going to impale too. How much damage do you have? Plenty! Weibo's got a lot, but guess what? Anyone's legend, very, very healthy. Hope, almost full HP. Tarzan going in, looking for Light. Can't quite find him. The health bars are starting to blink over on the side of anyone's legend, despite the fact that they got the Baron. Hope getting a little bit closer. Turn into a little nosy dewdrop there. Tien still on blinking health bars, could shift away. But anyone's legend unable to actually close out any kills.
I mean,
really, really in control, but they still are, right? It's not like you lost anything there except for one member of your team. You still have the siege, you still have the map control.
Yeah, and still Rise pretty far behind. I don't think it's enough MR quite yet.
Hold on, the Rune is on here. They're on top of Flandra. It's down to about half HP. Tien trying to get in there. Flandra forced to flash away, but Tarzan gets over the wall. The Impale is only onto Tarzan. Kyle's going to knock up too. Lightning crash from Light. Not getting the opportunity to cook though, as Hope was able to get out of there. Now they're going to turn on the Shanks. They found him, but he drops down the Timbers. The knockups are there, and Shanks will fall. Weibo managed to find one.
He falls, but look at the health bars for Weibo. I think it's still going to be the Dragon going over to AL, so Shanks gives his life for Soul. We'll see if Tien can get in here, but even if he does, Tarzan should be able to stun him and keep him far enough away where they can't take this.
Oh, it's secured for anyone's legend. Very close there. Light was not able to snatch away, and now Hope going to shift over the wall, hit the blast cone. He should be all right, although sticking around for this blue buff when maybe he shouldn't. He's got one more shift in him, but guess who's really fast? Breathe is sprinting. Here comes the Rise, but another blast cone to get him out of there. Now a potential turnaround, because these health bars are really low, but again, Hope very low on mana. Tien is able to get over the wall. Tarzan
TPs?
went from the side. As you mentioned, teleports coming through. Swansea looking to link up with the rest of the team. A lot of low health bars over on the side of Weibo as Kyle trying to run forward, maybe land some sort of route. Nobody's going to get cut off here.
I thought AL might have wanted it. Instead, they at least push him out and delay those bases.
It's going to be tough to get there now with the Soul as well. Going to be almost impossible. Tarzan going to look for Breathe. I'm pretty sure Tarzan can just 1v1 this man. But Shanks will show up too just to help out, as Tarzan will claim his 6th kill of the game.
Bloodthirsty Poppy, man. Tarzan
it's possible. Someone's legend going to go in full retreat here. They're going to take out the Void Scuttle Crab. Weibo has to walk in with no vision. The root goes down onto Tien. He's down to about half HP and getting lower by the second. The poke from Hope is too much. The sneaky Pop Blossom. Xiaohu's gone golden, which means he's absolutely stuck. And Flandra gets that kill. He flashes in, looking for more, and they're going to put the nail in the coffin, or anyone's legend. Snappy decision-making and a 2-0 series win for them.
I mean, what a way to cap off this series for anyone's legend. Again, they prove that there is a gap between the top 4 and the rest of Group Ascension, and anyone's legend proves the last 2 series for them were a fluke, as Tarzan, monster day, monster series from him, end up with an easy 2-0 for anyone's legend.
And you know what? Everybody on anyone's legend looked good. Obviously, we want to give Tarzan his